It's the K-Logy MTG Gathering Show.
I've been really impressed with that Tidecaller card. I don't know if I want to do like a third Tidecaller deck in as many. Maybe I should be trying to jam a tribal thing. I still haven't done humans, but this isn't exactly a good human start. I'll take the Tidecaller. We'll see. We'll see if it comes together. Sent to a gulag? Yeah. Yeah, maybe harassed is a extremely soft term for when I actually went down. So if I'm serious about milling, then Consult or maybe Meathook Massacre is where to go. I don't hate Kefnet. I'm gonna take this Massacre card. I've been impressed with Intrude on the Mind, but I'm going to grab Murderous Rider. I've also been impressed with Removal, right? That's a solid one. Did I see the Kneecap movie? I have not seen the Kneecap movie. I have heard the band. Is the movie good? It looks like it's got a 7.6 on IMDb, 95 on Rotten Tomatoes. You can watch it on Hulu. I have no idea if I have Hulu. Little pieces of the puzzle action, maybe. Yeah, if you want Tidecaller to be good, like having a lot of cantrips is very useful. Treating it like a little one-mana gutter snipe. Could Rise from the Tides as a backup win con. Kind of dig Shoreline Looter. Don't really like any of these. Cute little song. All right, the Bimp. Thank you for the $4.20. We're firing up your song request now. Mockingbird to copy the mill. Oh, to get double Tidecaller. Yeah, that could have been cute. I like where your head's at. I didn't think of it. Viagra Boys, man made of meat. I think Purveyor is solid, right? 4 mana, 5/6 flying trample. They get some blood tokens, but they do need to like answer it. Chandler, bing. All right. Are my colors gonna once again be open? Am I a self-mill deck? Was I a self-mill deck the whole time? Piece of the Puzzle plays pretty well with self-mill. I have heard Viagra Boys before. I have not heard this track before. You remember some time ago I mentioned that I'd be visiting the UK? Yep, that was several years ago, Angus. I enjoyed it. We were in London for a few days, went and saw Stonehenge, went to the museums and stuff, ate some Indian food. But our favorite part of the trip was taking a train up to Edinburgh and hanging out there for a few days and doing some scotch tastings and going to the museums there. There are some very cool museums in that city. Very pretty architecture, too. Very romantic city. At least that's how it felt to us. And it was nice checking out those museums that didn't have just, like, hordes and hordes and hordes of people in them. A little Polluted Delta action. Yeah, the Architect plays really well with fetches, but currently I don't have any fetches. I'm gonna value taking the fetch first. And then Consider would play really well here too, of course. Did I see Dolly? The sheep? I did not, no. You live near Edinburgh? It's a beautiful place? Okay, cool. It's not just me then. Another fetch, huh? Sure. My favorite food that I had there was there was a mash bar, and I could not understand the waiter at all. I kind of needed my wife to translate everything he said, but he gave us some really good Scotch recommendations and stuff. I'm tempted to buy this Think Twice. Let's take that Think Twice. Mire Triton does self-mill, if I'm doing that. Watery Grave. Ooh, I want that hard evidence, too. I'm going to take the Watery Grave. We have 2 fetch lands. The mana base just becomes, like, pretty good. Cool. So I really want this Forbidden Alchemy if I am self-milling. The issue is... Make Disappear has been really good for me. And I like having that early game interaction. Currently, we have no early game interaction. So I'm going to eat my veggies with this pack. Hate this pack. The clone could be some graveyard value. It's really hard for me to figure out what this card even fucking does. All these beautiful fetch lands and the 1-drop that plays with fetches is of course not wheeling. No blue cards wheeled from that pack. There are like 3 blue cards in that pack. That's wild. Bad sign for little old Caleb here. We got a Negate back though. I'll play a Negate. Sure. So the issue for us, and it's a pretty big issue, is that we don't have nearly enough playables. And the filler in our sideboard here is really fillerish. We'll see. We'll see how the next pack goes. We have all this like blue-black fixing now, and there's only 3 black cards in here, and they're all double black. Hey, the Alchemy came back. That's heartening. Very easy self-deck if you're playing Forbidden Alchemy and flashing it back. One cool thing about Undead Butler is that it's doing self-mill, and then it can also rebuy the Thassa's Oracle if you bin the Thassa's Oracle on accident. I really like Syncopate in this format. I would love to grab it, but I think the Butler is a little bit more important in terms of what I'm doing here. Nah, I'm going to take the Syncopate. Ooh, Bouncer. Bouncer's a great one. Riverchurn, Awesome. Riverchurn makes it a lot more possible that we can mill out the opponent. Like, we haven't drawn the Thassa's Oracle, then maybe it doesn't make sense to fire off a bunch of Tidecaller triggers at ourselves. Oh. Okay, we got the Tidecaller, the Riverchurn, and the Startled Awake. I've drafted mill several times. I've not gotten all 3 yet. This is the first time for that. So what we're really missing right now is just removal from black. Just some nice removal spells. I wonder if this Thing in the Ice is where it's at, actually. I have all these spells. I'm going to grab the Jace. The Oracle number 2. Yeah, they don't even have to be good removal spells. Some 1 mana, -2/-2s or something. Doesn't look like that's happening. We'll just have to make do. The mill we have going on here is very good. Yeah, it's wild that those 2 removal spells we took early on in pack 1 was like all we got. We do have enough playables. That's nice. Can even cut a card. Well, that's my worst card here. Maybe the Vizier. Yeah, so even though I didn't get the early game interaction that I wanted, I think we still have a deck here that's very good. Can't really afford to run the Terminal Agony. But, like, I'd be excited about 4 mana kill a creature. How many creatures do I have for Rise? Rise works on instants and sorceries in the bin. I think we're going to play like 4 swamps, 8 islands. Yeah, I think with the lack of removal, playing the Niblis of Frost makes sense over one of these value creatures. Oh, they want to do 5/7. Close. I think there's going to be a lot of opponents that just don't have a game against what we're doing, though. Yeah, if they don't have like an Abrade or something. Okie dokie. Yeah, possible I should have shocked myself on turn 2, so then I ripped the swamp. I could have just killed the Pyromancer. Maybe I should be building both players. With a Riverchurn, we do have a Jace in here. Startled Awake's gonna just hit opponents, though. I've heard this cool but rude card is very good. Yeah, we just untap and exert, so if they don't have me here and answer the Riverchurn, they're just dead. Cool. Certainly worth the $20 or whatever it was. I think that going to the Sun Road would be really fun to ride down on my bike. I watched one person doing it, and I was like, just very jealous. It looked like so much fun. For those that aren't familiar, it's this like narrow, winding road around these giant mountains. All right, we're looking for an instant, a sorcery, or a fairy. I guess I want this. Kind of regret grabbing the Startled Awake instead of the Opt. Opt might have gotten me the second black source for the Purveyor on form. Oh, these passed, huh? Well, never mind. Our life total is the one that matters. We're just gonna chill here, think twice, spin my wheels a bit. Hey, variable, thanks for the sub. Thanks 113 months. Appreciate it. Seems like a spot to hold my mana up. You block with just the 1/4, and they like sack the Epic here to the Aristocrat there, and you lose your 1/4. I think I'd rather just let them have a card off the top. Bunch of people are gonna start hitting 10 years soon. What am I planning on getting you? Probably a stream or two. I think viewers tend to enjoy those. Would sack any creature, huh? Trumamplin over? Sure. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Dimahoo thinks that $4.20. You've been listening to this song a lot. Cool. Check it out in a sec. The wizard art is goofy. The mystic? That's a little goofy, yeah. Sure. Apparently, Gavin's a big Phil Foglio fan, and they have a bunch of like art commissioned from him that he tries to squeeze into new sets. He never gets the go ahead. Unreleased Phil Foglio art. The Foglios are a national treasure. I agree with that. Do any of y'all read Girl Genius? I saw someone recommending Girl Genius, and I haven't read it at all, but I do like all their other shit. And that's their longest running and most successful comic thingy. You like reading Girl Genius a decade at a time? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we need like a Thought Scour or something. This is gonna flip a card over. But yeah, we don't have it. We can mill them for 13, put them down to 2 cards. They draw for turn, they'll have 1 card remaining. And let's attack for the win. Defeat. Yeah, maybe if I'd held on to my 1-drop, or a couple more turns there, I could have played it and then played 2 spells, then I get to win. Very worried about our ability to hit land drops this game. Well, that's helpful. Fairy has vigilance. Cool. I'm not really killing the opponent that way, This is pretty solid. Gotta make disappear or think twice here. I think that's worth countering. Snap a max swords, sure. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this because again, I don't really think that's how we're likely to win. Now, if they snap pop my Jace, I'll be a little sad. There's a world where you start self-milling with Jace so that the Rise from the Tides will be real juicy. But I think setting up our Riverchurn Monument a little bit better. Or the Mill 13 card. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. The Bouncer makes me feel a lot more safe. Sure, I can play this out. I'm going to chill a turn on this Riverchurn. Or now they have 14 cards in their deck, 15 in the graveyard. Actually, I guess it's the inverse. I should play it now. Even if they snapcast a card out, they'll still deck. The issue is if they like if we have a counter battle over it, right? I'd rather have the bouncer up. I'm just gonna wait a turn. Well, there's what my flats was about to tutor up. Probably want to crack this flat sooner rather than later. Not too many swamps in the actual deck. Then next turn, Misty can just get a basic island. That sounds like a sick show. Mastodon, Death Heaven, and Alcest. A little awkward to be monumenting an opponent who might be doing some kind of reanimator shenanigans. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and mill both players. Kind of hate that all my mill spells ramp them now. Also, when we mill them and the lands go into play, that's not helping my monument exhaust plan. I saw an interesting tour with Blackbraid. Awesome. I was kind of hoping they were gonna activate the shred aim. Are song requests open? They are. Yeah, we've done a lot of song requests tonight. I'm gonna keep them from ramping. Oh yeah, it's Converge, Blackbraid, Pupil Slicer, and then a death band that I'm not familiar with. Let's get some blockers down. Let's play this and then the Archaeologist. Hello. Well, the Meathook Massacre is face up, so they're not likely to just slam this into it. Nope, I'm super wrong. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, I'm Mio. Thanks for the donation. You saw this band Dirtwire live recently. Sick. I guess I'm supposed to serve first. Collect my 2 life. So then I do this for 3. Cool that the blocked with the X4, and I'll have mana to Riverchurn my Monument. Gained a lot of life back. Love that for me. I'm going to pause this Melvin's track, because again, we have that song request I just mentioned. This is Dirtwire Taurus. You can have your upkeep mill a card. Second, get a 1/1 for each creature in your graveyard. Activate as a sorcery. I'm still going to mill them. Aren't they essentially dead? They have 15 in the library, 14 in the bin. Well, that sucked, huh? Not killing them in one swell foop lost me the game. Close to. We could have just, like, passed, I guess. And then activated Exert at the end of turn and untapped and Exerted. I was so happy about that Meathook Massacre. Oh shit, what up? Hi, Whiskey Dingo. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 62 months. I don't know, Zazie. I might have missed it. I'm not too caught up about it. Is Micaeus worth a massacre? Probably not. You got a job at a comic shop, you find yourself in charge of the music. Is there anything I recommend for that scene? I mean, I always recommend King Gizzard. Already on the list, nice. Electronic bands can be pretty accessible. Stuff like Rat-a-tat. Nice chill little tune there. Nightclub Bouncer at 6 mana is actually pretty appropriate. His opponent's thing? No. Got me. I found that a lot of game stores play nerd covers or theme songs from nerdy shows. I was at a shop that was playing Star Trek kind of recently. It was kind of fun. A lot of Cowboy Bebop. Yep. Do Christmas music all year round. Yeah, just copy whatever the playlist is at like your local Walmart. I was leaving all islands up because they were boring. Fair enough. I'm just gonna pass here. So I could have sacked Bouncer to actually counter this, but I'm just gonna do this and then Syncopate for 0. We should just be in kill range. It doesn't matter. You're confused? Yeah. You're not the only one. Hand looks solid. I guess I should have fetched out Watery Grave turn 1. I kind of forgot that the Crossroads was going to be untapped because I was on the draw. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Oh, that sounds way too hot, Emily. Countering just about anything there. Just slowing them down. Then I assume this guy's just going to die, but I'll fire him off. Why not? You got a good ice cream and cheese, though? Okay. It's not a complete waste. Sack, Squatch. Draft contender. Okay. Sure. Probably the most low-value Meathook Massacre of all time. Opponent getting their blood on, sure. Baseed Shark. My Purveyor just gonna fucking solo a game. Save the Murderous Rider for if they play a flying blocker here or a reach creature. Ooh. Yeah. That's why we played it pre-combat. If it resolves, now we have 2 counters. Wow, Nightclub Bouncer is very annoying. Huh. Alright, well, I guess I should have just fucking done that last turn. Fuck, eh? Another Bloodvial costs 6 mana. Diluting away Doomblade makes sense. Very possible I'm supposed to spend a turn Archaeologisting and Murderous Riding as a middle step. I'm getting all their blood loots. They gotta find an answer, right? This fungus can sack 2 and draw a card. Dig through time, sure. We're looking at so many cards. We're down to 16 cards ourselves. Oh, one awkward thing about the Dig Through Time Delve is that it did clear a lot of their graveyard. It means that Riverchurn Monument is less exciting. But the 4-mana Mill 13 is almost certainly going to be lethal. Do I win? Do I replay this Purveyor? I'm going to lead on this thing. Because I find the mill 13 cards to win. Big Papa Cugs coming down. God, the Exert puts him down to one card. One lousy card. Oh, cool. We're playing out the blocker there just in case they've got some crazy way of putting a card on top of their library. There's a few in the cube. Oh man, it's 10:30. I know that we're 4-2 in the middle with this pretty groovy mill deck. I think I gotta go to bed though. I think Caleb is the sleepy. Don't love this opener, but we got a 2-drop. We got a thing to play on for. Mana looks good. Hey, good morning, over voltage. I'll collect that 1/1, why not? I've had an oddly productive day. Just got a lot of shit done. Little mono blue good stuff. Not quite mono blue, but I guess I shouldn't have attacked the Liliana if I was going to bounce it. I don't think I was intending to bounce. I think I was going to play the Jace. And we're like still not getting the Jace down because now we want to hold up Negate. But we got other things to do, right? We can flashback think twice. We can play this Forbidden Alchemy. All pretty reasonable stuff. I think that's fine. Yeah, I like milling myself for a couple of different reasons here. One of them is that it does juice up my Rise from the Tides, and then the Jace can turn that into a win con, and our deck is smaller than the opponent's. Just got a couple of different reasons to mill ourselves instead of them. Usually I prefer milling them. It feels safer. Later the boss says, "Good evening, gang. Welcome to the Dinner Time Funhouse." Is that what this is? The Dinner Time Funhouse? Have they been some big dragon? Just gonna pass. They kind of need to answer the Jace like right now. Maybe I should have let that Liliana resolve. It might have been bait to try and get a negate out of my hand. Olivia mobilized for war. Sure. So we have 5 mana up, not enough to flashback Forbidden Alchemy. Oh, they're binning a Blazing Walla. Incredible. Crow's Tongue has retired from Gen Con. Returned from Gen Con. Tired and slightly sick. So I had a fun experience with flying myself. No. Yeah. The Metal Fest was indeed good, yeah. Good vibes, a lot of cool acts. No blorks. One's tapped out here. I think I can win from this spot. Yeah, we have 4 cards here. I win. I think the ceiling is leaked before, but not quite like that. Two drop would be nice, but what we really want here is land drops. Let's play a Monument. We can play Crossroads next turn. Oh, let's just play the land hum. Play untapped land here. Yeah, you got it. So, like, if they don't get this Riverchurn Monument off the board, they're just dead. That's fucked up. That was not much of a game, huh? It's just like, yep. 2-card combo you, I guess. Good old adulting. Michael Perlov, thanks for gifting 10 subs. Fuck yeah. Thanks, Michael. Congratulations to Rancid83, to Dagon Crow, to Juke180, Centurion82, Mimitotus, Zephin111, Giddy Catto 1, Plasgeek, Caleros, and Lord of Riots. Fucking cheers. One awkward thing about Forbidden Alchemy is it will not trigger my Mischievous Mystic. That's okay, though. Oh shit, what up? Hey, we got some blue mana there. Yeah, I was wondering if this deck should be playing 18 lands. We have a bunch of cantrips, though. I think we're going to hit land drops. Mostly when we need to. There's the question of whether we should be targeting ourselves or them with the Tidecaller. I think because Alchemy is a self-mill spell and we have the Oracle in hand, we should just be milling ourselves with the Tidecaller here. Could just slam this guy down, make them deal with that. $15 cards remaining in the old deck here. $9 cards remaining in the old deck here. Note that we did mill our Jace, so right now the Thassa's Oracle is my main way to win. A little scary if they had a discard spell. Taise Ho, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 14 months. You're very welcome for streaming. We're very close to a win. If I shocked myself in flashback, think twice, I would mill 3 down to 5, and then I'd draw a card down to 4, and then the Oracle would look at 3. I'd be a card short. Yeah. So we do have to block. And then I'm going to hold full control here. And then that will also self-mill. And I think that puts me down to 2 cards. Beauty. Will I be doing any Hobbit pre-release events? I will not, no. I need a different pick for Roto. Okay. I've got a couple other things here.